Why the Met Gala made the perfect setting for Blake Lively's re-entry after months of scrutiny. Blake Lively's Met Gala moment went viral. People were saying how confident she looked. And of course she did. She had to. That was the whole point. If I was advising her PR team, I would want all the acting skills she had, the styling, the timing, the emotional control to be absolutely on point. Because this was not just a red carpet appearance, it was a comeback performance. There are 6 psychological layers behind it that were very likely constructed by her PR management company. And I'm going to break down what they are. Obviously, there needs to be a comeback. But the easiest comeback is definitely not an interview or a podcast or any kind of statement. Because the second you speak, people have words to argue with. They can quite easily pick apart the tone, the phrasing, the pauses, read into it, even facial expressions, or the one sentence they think sounded fake. And suddenly you've made the whole situation worse. So if I was advising her PR team, I would want a setting where people could see her, photograph her, talk about her, and cash in on all of that publicity, but not question her. And that's why the Met Gala was perfect. She could be visible without being available for interrogation. And that's why the dress is so important, because you don't want people asking questions. You want them commenting on the dress, the train, the styling, and her composure. That's how you change a frame. You don't stop the conversation, you simply move it. You take it away from the scandal, conflict, and the legal mess, and you give people something else to talk about. So what did we get? A high-status invitation, a huge dress, and the perfect attitude. This is what we called controlled exposure after reputational threat. In simple terms, it's choosing to step back in the spotlight, but on your own terms. Think of it like walking into a party where your ex is, making sure you look absolutely fantastic and completely unbothered. The key is you're seen, but you're not giving anyone the opportunity to question or challenge you. You control the setting. You control the moment and the behaviour, so others can form a favourable impression without putting you on the spot. This is about visible self-regulation. When you know people are scrutinising every move you make, you have to manage your facial expressions, your posture, your tone, and every interaction. People might think it's confidence, but it's really managing every detail under pressure. So while people say she seemed confident, what they're seeing is a visible self-regulation, staying composed even when you're under the microscope. The next psychological layer is identity restoration. It's like walking into that party or club and reminding everyone why they noticed you in the first place. By showing up at the Met Gala, she wasn't just attending an event. She walked right back into that role of the admired, glamorous public figure, making people think, there she is, she's back. This layer ties into social identity theory and impression management. Essentially, people have a public image, and when that image is damaged, stepping back into the familiar role, especially in a high-status environment, restores that identity in the eyes of others. It's a known psychology strategy. Narrative replacement draws from William Bennote's image repair theory. It's about giving the public a new frame. By focusing on the dress, the entrance and the comeback, you replace the old story. Instead of the scandal, they discuss confidence. Threat tolerance relates to social evaluative threat. When you know you'll be judged, you regulate your behaviour. Blake wasn't necessarily calm inside, but she maintained her composure, appearing steady under the scrutiny. Control of the frame is rooted in Irving Goffman's impression management. Blake didn't defend or explain. Her presence, her silence shaped the perception. She behaved as though she'd already returned, and that controlled the narrative. No need for permission, no need for explanations. The comeback was structured, intentional, and effective. In the end, what people saw was a re-entry, not a defence. And from a crisis management perspective, that is a successful outcome.